Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range doing a little bit of plinking tonight. And I got I think what's going to be a fun head-to-head challenge for you guys. Might be a little bit lopsided, but I think the old Mossberg might have a little ace up its sleeves, so the old Winchester might not have so much of an advantage. But you guys have saw the title already anyway, so what I have here is for starters, I have my father's old Mossberg 146BA, probably made somewhere right around the mid 50s, 54, 55. Everything I've heard about this was my dad's when he was a young teenager back in the mid 50s, and it was my gun I shot growing up hunting as a teenager. Shot this gun thousands of times as a teenager. And then eventually it got handed down to me as my dad passed away, and then it went to my uncle, and then when my uncle passed away, it finally got back to me. But I am going to be putting that up against, so that will go second because it is I've had it longer, but I'm going to be putting that up against probably one of my, well, the Mossberg's definitely one of my favorites, and this is another one of my pretty much all-time favorites in the garage, in the collection, is my Winchester Model 52 Pre-A. This one does have a pretty heavy profile barrel. A lot of these Pre-A's were a very much a pencil taper barrel, but this one has a pretty heavy profile barrel on it. It's all stock except for the mosquitoes are starting to come out. All stock except for it has a Lyman 17A globe on the front, which I believe was installed probably shortly after it was purchased, because I actually do have the original shark fin front sight for it and the tin that the 17A came in. And I did some research, and the 17A was actually out about the same time as the original Model 52, and that tin that I found was from around the early 20s, which is when this was made in 1920. So this gun was actually, according to the, that's not the ammo I want, according to the Winchester 52 book, which has a bunch of the Winchester 52 production records in it. This gun was actually made on March 29th of 1920. So very early in the production. They only started the production of these guns in the late 1919. So, but what I'm going to be shooting for this head-to-head challenge, I have 4 2-inch splatterbursts out at 50 yards, and I am going to shoot 2 5-round groups with each gun. Then I'll retrieve the target, measure them up, and take the average of those 2 groups, and whichever one gets the best group average will be the winner of this challenge. I've played around with them both off camera a good bit, and they both did pretty well at 50 yards here, especially for me shooting unmagnified sights. People like to correct me when I call these open sights or iron sights or whatever you want to call it, but these are unmagnified sights. So, all right, upper left splatterburst. I'm going to bring my spotting scope over so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, I'm on the bullseye. That's good. 3. That's 4. That's 5. So keep in mind, I am shooting for groups, not specifically for placement on that bullseye. So that's a good looking group for an open sight gun, open sight shooting at 50 yards. Okay. 5 more shots with the Winchester 52. So this one is a cock on close arrangement. The first 52s were, and then they were for actually quite a while. And they called it a slow lock. And then they came out with the cock on open. Not exactly sure when, but all right, let's see here. Ooh, got one little flyer there. That's not going to help things out. All right, let's set that one off to the side. Great shooting gun though. So, give you guys a flyby on that one real quick before we. So there is the 52. And still pointed in a safe direction. Alrighty, so now let's. So the nice thing about the Mossberg, I can load all 10 rounds into the tube mag. I'm not 100% sure, but everything that I've heard about this gun really kind of lends that this gun was probably purchased new for my father back in the 50s. So I'm not sure. It could have been bought used, but it would have been very, 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 very young if it was bought. It was bought used, so all right. So now we're going to go to the 2 lower splatter bursts with this guy. So this one definitely is not winning the game as far as the trigger pull goes on. First good shot, or good first shot. So these guns are about 34, 35 years apart from each other as far as production goes. Wow. This Mossberg has been through the ringer though. Tell you what, and I put it through quite a few of those wash cycles myself. That was 4, right? Yep. One more on that. That group's looking pretty awesome. Oh, one flyer. I almost had a one ragged hole going. Ooh, pulling a little off to the right on this one. Grouping good though. If I keep the wheels on the bus here for the last couple shots, this Mossberg's going to take an upset here. Oh, heck yeah. That one little flyer there, I'm not sure which shot that was on that last group there. Could give the Winchester 52 a little edge or a little hope. But anyway, let me go grab that target and I'll add those up and do an average and we'll see what we had. They both did pretty well. I'm really happy with the results from both of those. So probably any difference there is just my tired old eyes. So stand by. Alrighty, well, you guys aren't going to believe this, but the best I can come up with, measuring it with the ruler on my Leatherman, I measured for the Winchester 52, I had a 0.875 and a 1.125, and for the Mossberg, I had a 0.79 and a 1.20, just under 1 1/4 on that one. So both of those added together came up with a 1.99 divided by 2 is roughly 0.99 of an inch average. So just to come up with a fairly quick tiebreaker, I chose the gun that had the smallest group, and I didn't do it because it's my favorite old timer here, but the Mossberg had a 0.79 as its smallest group, and the Winchester had a 0.875. So we're going to give this win to the Mossberg. It was actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. From the way things were looking, I'm not sure. I didn't look down the scope. I don't know if that flyer on that last was the last shot or the second to the last shot, but that one cost him the overall, not needing a tiebreaker win, but still did pretty good. Both of them did really great. That's some really good shooting for me for open sights, and it's a lot of fun. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys like seeing these old 22s of mine. I really enjoy bringing them out and showing them off for you guys, and we'll keep at it. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making the videos. Till next time, have a great day.